Yes. Ask me anything. Yes.
Star. There it is. The last of them.
It's been a long day. By the lines around your eyes, I dare say you look as old as I.
And if I may say so, milady, you appear to be getting younger by the day.
Be careful who you flirt with, young man. When you wake up beside me tomorrow morning, I'll be back to reminding you of your grandmother.
Beside you?
You heard what I said. It would not be the first time I woke to a younger man in my bed.
Are all women this evil and conniving when they grow old?
Just me, my dear. Just me.
Yes.
Alistair, are you all right?
Oh, they left him here to rot. We need to do something. He was a good man, who hoped too much, and died too young. He deserves what little honor we can afford to grant him.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my...
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow!
Why, thank you so much.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
I await your command.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Which one, I wonder? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time? That she does. The question is, do you? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before, and even told. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blankets and shadows and a mother's love. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. Shame. What will it be then? It is a dance poor Flemeth knows well. Let us see if she remembers the steps.
Thank the ancestors. Another minute of her cackling and I'd be heaving up breakfast.
Come. She will earn what she takes. I'd have it no other way.
Finally, something that someone tell them to stop hitting me! Let's do this quick, shall we?
To this, doesn't it?
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to... Oh, what has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched? That she... but it is... Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? The truth, she says, as if it were nothing. No, no. Far better the lie. Far better the comfort of blank. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. I go. Perhaps I suppose it would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? Shame. What will it be, then? It is a dance, poor
Ready!
And so you return. Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Why dance at all? Why not sing? What has Morrigan told you? What little plan has she hatched this time? Oh, there are many, many reasons to kill Flemeth. More than you know. But if I am to guess, I would say Morrigan has discovered something. Something shocking that requires her defense. Yes? Ah, but it is an old, old story. One that Flemeth has heard before. Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the old wretch as Morrigan bids, or does the tale take a different turn? Choice. There is power in choices, as there is in lies. I shall give you one of each. Morrigan wishes my grimoire? Take it as a trophy. Tell her I am slain. You get to keep her for a time. I go. Perhaps I surprise Morrigan one day. Or I may simply watch. It would be interesting to see what she does with her freedom. Enlightening, even. Would you give an old woman that? We believe what we want to believe. It's all we ever do. Shame. What will it be, then? It is a dance poor Flemeth knows. Come.
I tried to be merciful. Blast.
Right, man.
Here comes trouble. On my
And so you... Lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance. Aw. You think you're the first to come, full of righteousness and bluster. If only that were so. From you. Ah, but it is an old... Let us skip right to the ending, shall we? Do you slay the... Come.
Watch out! That's you then.
For the Grey Waters!
And lovely Morrigan has at last found someone willing to dance to her tune. Such enchanting music she plays, wouldn't you say? Aw, you think you're the first to come, full of righteousness and bluff.
Yes.
What?
If you insist. Is that all my blood? I think it is. Someone tell them to stop hitting me.
I shall do so.
Yes.
Indeed. Blood and damnation.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, lovely Morrigan has at last. You think you're the first to.
It is done.
Someone tell them to stop hitting me!
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
I await your command.
Mother's real grimoire, is it? I am glad you were able to find it after all. My thanks for retrieving it. I shall begin studying it immediately and unlock the power that it holds.
What comes, my friend?
So, full of questions, are you? Now I have enough time to study Mother's grimoire to find a way to prevent her from stealing my body in the future. For she will be back. One day, I have no doubt of that. And if I cannot protect myself, one day I will track her down again in whatever body she inhabits, and she will die again and again if need be. But there is no need to think of such things now. I have you to thank for saving me, so let us return to the task of dealing with the Darkspawn, no? Too much could happen in days to come to make such promises. Yet I am grateful. Let us go. There is much to be done before... There is still much to be done.
going.
More dark. Bonnie. And I'm off.
Just players in a play.
Good to see you again.
Yes?
I'm sorry, but your husband has fallen in battle. You have my condolences.
No, I can't believe this. I won't.
Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today? It was my father's idea. He ran the inn before. Well, My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating. Of course. What would you like? Welcome back to the Spoiled Princess. How may I serve you today? Of course.
Going.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the...
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Stop right there, outsider. The Dalish have camped in this spot. I suggest you go elsewhere, and quickly. I find that hard to believe. What business could we Dalish possibly have with a group like yours? A Grey Warden? How do I know you're telling the truth? I suppose that a lie wouldn't gain you much benefit. I shall bring you to the Keeper. In the camp, I suggest you keep your hands to yourself, and remember that our arrows are still trained on you. Follow me.
I see we have guests. Who are these strangers, Mithra? I have precious little patience and less time to spend on outsiders today.
This one claims to be a Grey Warden and wishes to speak with the clan. I thought it best to leave the decision to you.
That was wise of you. Masirinus, Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, allow me to introduce myself. I am Zafrian, the keeper of this clan, its guide and preserver of our ancient lore. And you are? If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me. The clan came to the Brazilian forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us. And though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped. But we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry. The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself. And that would be no trivial task to retrieve. Within the Brazilian forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan. I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brazilian forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck. Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily. Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest. There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it. No. The ones from this forest, however, do. It is possible, but not guaranteed. The only way to protect against the curse is not to be bitten. You will know within a matter of days. You will begin to sweat and vomit, and most tellingly, your temper will become wild and uncontrollable. If that happens to you, you should seek out Witherfang even more swiftly. Your mission at that point will be rather personal. That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish. Go on, then. I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
My mother was Dalish. They are a proud people, those who refused to bow to defeat.
This is Travel Tuesdays. Every Tuesday we present you with another incredible country. Today we're looking at 15 things you didn't know about Moldova. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers. Today we're heading to one of the most underrated countries in Europe, Moldova. It's that small country that most people never hear of, but it's in fact full of beautiful women and crazy surprises. With little over 3 million citizens, Moldova is proud to be a sovereign state that intends to enter the European Union and develop their economy even more. Moldovians are great people, very welcoming and hardworking. They've been through tough times, and although they're not the most modern country with high-speed trains and skyscrapers, there's still plenty of things to enjoy and discover here. Our digging brought to light a few scandals, secrets, and a few things that will make you guys rethink everything you knew about Moldova. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. So, what do you say we cut to the chase, shall we? Here are the 15 things you didn't know about Moldova. Number 1. It's Europe's poorest country. Moldova is a beautiful country with raw landscape, welcoming people, and a lot of potential. Unfortunately, they're also the poorest country in Europe. They spent years and years under Russian and communist rule, so they only focused on agriculture. Recently, although they're somehow still in Russia's shadow, they're trying to improve and enter the European Union. A lot of Moldovians are now studying abroad and traveling, so they want to change for their country and their loved ones from home that still live with less than a few dollars per day. Number 2. A young Moldovan singer holds over 9 Guinness World Records. If you haven't heard about Cleopatra Stratton, then head over to YouTube and see how a 3-year-old sings and performs on stage a full album. Starting her music career at 3 years old, launching a successful album, and touring got her 9 Guinness World Records. She's now 16 years old, modeling and planning to launch a new album. Her most recent song launched in June 2018 and had over 4 million views in just 1 week and was trending on YouTube. So keep an eye on her. Moldovians are really talented. Number 3. Most people still speak Russian as their primary language. Being closer to Russia and Ukraine, Moldova became a democracy in 1991, meaning they were under communist ideology for many, many years. All former communist countries used to teach Russian as the primary foreign language in school, unlike English or French. Today, most of Moldovians still speak Russian with their families and friends quite fluently. They now learn English in their school systems, but Russian as well. If you ever happen to be in Moldova and speak Russian, don't be afraid to show your skills. They have a lot of city names, product names, and store names in Russian because it is still a big part of their heritage. Number 4. The world's largest wine cellars are in Moldova. Moldova is famous for wine tourism. They pretty much have the best wine in the entire Eastern European region. Winemaking, especially red wine, has been their strongest thing for decades. Because they made so much wine, it's only normal to have amazing wine cellars. In fact, the world's largest wine cellar is in Moldova. It's located in Mălăștimi, and they store over 2 million wine bottles. The cellar has been mentioned by Playboy as one of the coolest places on Earth. Although we mentioned they are the poorest country in Europe, the wine industry is very developed here, and most of it is exclusively for export. Number 5. Anatol Stati is the richest man with a net worth of $2 billion. Just because the country is poor doesn't mean that some people don't do business at all. Moldova has a few millionaires, and the most famous and rich is Anatol Stati. The 65-year-old businessman is Moldova's richest. He made his money by founding ACOM Group, the largest gas and oil company from Moldova, and is serving as the CEO of Decibel, a consumer goods company from Moldova. His net worth is estimated to be around $2 billion, as some sources say. Number 6. They went 3 years without a president. Sometimes the worst thing a government can do is not be able to elect a president. Although in some countries the president doesn't have too much power, the role is vital. Moldova functioned for 3 years without one. Of course, this sparked a lot of negative feedback and damaged their credibility. The country is still torn between joining the EU sometime in the future, when their economy is ready and corruption is low. Number 7. The government covered over $1 billion of fraud. The average salary in Moldova is around 300 euros per month. Very low. Of course, the living costs and everything else are also lower than most European countries. One of the big problems that prevents Moldova from advancing is corruption. 4 years ago, Moldova woke up to a $1 billion fraud from 3 of their leading banks. It appears that the money went to unknown bank accounts from the UK and Hong Kong. Since they couldn't track the money and who it was, the National Bank of Moldova covered the loss from the state's reserves. Number 8. Moldovan soldiers are fighting in the Ukrainian war. More and more people from Moldova are trying to make a better life, so they're moving to Russia or Western Europe to work and make more money. For those who can't do that, there is another way to make money, and we're talking about going to war. What war, you ask? The one in East Ukraine. They're fighting over some eastern regions with Russians, and they're recruiting people from Moldova to win it. It's been going on for over 4 years now, with harsh critics from the EU, NATO, and the US. The sad thing is that these soldiers are not paid for their military service, and when they get back home, if they get back, they'll be charged and jailed for war crimes and terrorism. This is the dark side of Ukraine and Moldova, 2 countries trying to get rid of Russian influence. Number 9. Turkey gave them $10 million to rehabilitate the Moldovan presidency building. Moldova has been getting help with their budget and finances from the EU for the past few years. The EU is helping them with money because they don't want to lose Moldova to the Russians. Don't ever think that someone who offers you money doesn't have an agenda. Turkey is also offering money to Moldova, and the people are now worried they don't know what's behind it. They gave them $10 million, money to be spent for the rehabilitation of the Moldovan presidency building in Chisinau. Probably half is for the building, and half is for a bribe. We'll just have to wait and see how it unfolds. Number 10. The most expensive house is worth $1.5 million. There aren't many expensive homes in Moldova, and the few that are there are around $800,000 to $1 million at most. As you know, we dug a little deeper and found out that the most expensive home is worth around $1.5 million. It's located in the capital city, in a very good area around the presidential building. The mansion has 3 floors and over 500 square meters, and another 700 square meters as a backyard. For that money, you get a pool, sauna, 2 garages, central heating system, and security. Number 11. They have a town called Gypsy Hill, inspired by Russian landmarks. Although Moldova is poor, they somehow manage to impress everyone with their lavish lifestyle and, more recently, their Russian-inspired city. Some people call it Gypsy Hill, but in fact it's Soroka Town, and it's filled with Bolshoi Theater, St. Peter's Basilica, and the U.S. Capitol look-alike buildings. The town is now Europe's most unlikely tourist destination. The mansions were built by gypsy kings that seem to invest between $20,000 to $150,000 into this lavish mansion, with most of the money being sent to the community by members living abroad. Number 12. Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, and Armani have factories in Moldova. Italian designers have a soft spot for Eastern European countries. They set up factories here because the wages are significantly lower and they get to keep the quality and maximize the profit. Famous luxury brands like Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Armani, and Max Mara all have factories in Moldova. Minimum wage in Moldova is around 300 euros per month, while in Italy or Germany it's around 1,500 euros. This way they can say that the clothes are made in Europe, not China, and nobody knows their secret. Primark and Tesco also use Moldova for their clothing, so think again before buying premium brands. Number 13. The UK's most famous influencer is from Moldova. If you like fashion and bloggers, you may have heard of Doina Ciobanu. This model turned blogger and influencer has the strongest personal brand in the entire UK, and she's from Moldova. Yes, you heard that right. Doina started modeling at 17 and started to get better deals very quickly. She's now mentioned by Forbes for their 30 under 30 top list because she's worked with premium and luxury brands all the time. She's on the cover of all fashion magazines and has a strong following. She now lives in London and travels the world 24/7. She often comes to Moldova where she's doing interviews and charity work. Number 14. They have a tiny little prince public statue. One of the cutest and most unexpected things to find in Moldova is a small statue of the little prince. Since their culture is so influenced by the Russians and the former Ottoman Empire, it's quite odd to see such a French symbol like the little prince. The statue is also the smallest public statue in the world, measuring only 4 inches. The prince is so little it can easily be missed while wandering around the lake in the Valea Murillar Park. He sits on a fence on the 23rd decorative sphere. Number 15. Famous people and world leaders keep their wines in Cerkova cellar from Moldova. Another amazing thing about Moldova and their wine cellars is the fact you can store your wine collection in them. The Cerkova wine cellar stores the wines of Angela Merkel, Vladimir Putin, and John Kerry. They now have over 1.3 million bottles, and some of them are really old and really expensive. They compress some of the most famous wines, like the priceless Jerusalem of Easter vintage 1902, or German Field Marshal Hermann Göring's private wines that were bought during World War II. They haven't released any statements regarding the worth of the cellar, but it soon might be included in the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Although Moldova is not Monaco, you can still enjoy a real experience in a country where tradition is still strong. Flavors are real and you feel like time stood still for decades. Some of the stereotypes about Eastern Europeans can be seen here, but at the same time, a lot of beautiful and genuine things can be seen all over the place. With that being said, have any of you A-Luxers ever tasted Moldovan wines? We're curious, so let us know all about it in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, what does that mean, my friend? Of course, you get a bonus.